Hey everyone, big release on the Wii last week. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the new sensation, Wii Fit. And I know it's pretty expensive, so this little review is supposed to help you guys decide whether or not it's worth the $90 to go out and buy Wii Fit with the balance board, or maybe if you should just pass. So let's begin. Alright, so for your $90, you get Wii Fit and you get this balance board right here. It's a pretty nifty little device here. When you put in the disc, you're going to start your character out, and you can use a me character that you've saved on your Wii, which is what I did. And here's just a chart of my progress. So I'm just going to choose him, and when you start out, it's going to tell you what day it is, and on your very first day, it makes a profile of yourself. So what it says is it asks for your date, your height, your age, and things like that, and that helps it figure out where you should be weight-wise and how fit you should be. And no. Okay, and this little balance board is actually a friend. He helps you along the way. Now, actually, I already did my body test for today, but I'm going to review it because here's what you do. Every day you do a body test, and what that does is it shows your progress along the way of your balance and things like that, which is what Wii Fit's mainly about. The main part of this is not only to help you lose weight and get in shape, but it's also to figure out, to increase your balance, to have better stability, and to better your posture to be able to feel good about yourself. So in this balance test, it will okay, ready to go now. So, it's pretty cool. Yes. And it asks how heavy your clothes are. I'm pretty light right now, so I'll just put light. That way it subtracts 2 pounds from where I'm at to take into consideration the clothes I have on my back. Right now it's just measuring my weight. And where my balance was. Now what you want your center of balance to be as close to the center as possible. So right now, during that little test, I put too much weight on my left foot, and I would put too much on the back of my feet instead of the front. And so my posture was not the greatest that it could have been. And then it measures my BMI, which is your body mass index. 22 is perfect, and I got a 22.47, which is not bad. And then you can check your weight. My weight is 107, 69 and a half, somewhere around there. And it said that I lost 2.2 pounds since my last time, which was actually early this morning. But they say that you can gain or lose 2 pounds throughout the day. So then you do these balance tests, and these are pretty nifty. They measure your balance. This is all to start out. All this does, I'm walking in place for 20 steps just like you would normally walk. All this does is it just measures all about your balance. So I'm going to start walking for 20 steps just like I normally would. And by where I put the weight down on my feet, it's going to just tell me where my balance is. And whether or not I'm putting too much weight on one side or the other. And that's important because if you put too much weight on one side, you can actually have pelvic problems. My balance was really good. Only 0.5% off. I put too much on my right side. So that's what this is all about. It's about making making your posture and getting fit. So this is my last test for the day, and I just have to stand as still. Now see, my center of balance is a little off. I want to stay in the middle of that crosshairs there. And they move it around to try to confuse me, but I'm supposed to stay as still as possible. And then they disappear it, which makes it difficult. So there's my line of steadiness, which it's near the middle. Which yeah, it was okay this time. It's kind of hard to stand still. And then it tells you what your Wii Fit age is. And they actually have this in Wii Sports. When you practice, they have like a Wii age. And my age is 20, which is really good. Because as a 21-year-old, I want my Wii Fit age to be as close to 21 as possible. And so that's good. So I'm done with the body test, and now I can actually start working on my body. Now there are 4 different ways to train yourself. And actually, I just want to let you know, you might have seen I have these ratty old socks on. You're supposed to kind of use just your bare feet, but I would probably rather have socks on. I actually have a protective covering on my balance board. I just wear socks just to make sure that it's not, I don't slip off or anything, that I get as good a traction as possible. So here's the 4 different kinds of things you can do. You can do yoga, strength training, aerobics, and balance games. And I'm just going to do one thing from each today, just to give you a glimpse of what they're like, and go on. So the cool thing about this is that you actually have to work hard to unlock some of the stuff in Wii Fit. So you have to do different poses. You have to do well on them in order to unlock more. And you have to actually spend the time to get fit and to actually work on your body. And so I will try this pose today. It's called the standing knee, and we'll see how I do. Now I have a female trainer that helps me. I've already done this pose. I think I did it a couple nights ago, and there she is.
Let's work together on improving your posture. Let's do the standing knee pose together.
So she talks.
Follow my lead as we do this pose together. Think about holding your balance as you swing your knees.
As you can tell, I'm
Keep your summer balance within your
pulling my knee close to myself. But my balance on the screen, as you can tell, not doing so good. It needs to be inside that yellow little oval.
Very stable. Well done. The standing knee pose helps increase flexibility in your thighs. Now, return to your original position.
Now I'm going to go and work on my other leg.
Now, let's work on your other leg.
I had never done yoga before, but I actually really enjoy it. I can tell in the short time that I've started doing it,
Great balance.
I've actually increased my flexibility a lot in my legs and arms and my back mainly. I have a really bad, sometimes my back really hurts, and some of these exercises have really helped my back loosen up. Since I don't do enough stretching or exercising as it is, this is a really nice tool if you've got the time. So, and then that was it, and that was that one. Now, you can actually, the better you do, the more you do, you can actually increase it. It's going to measure my balance, which I didn't do too good this time. 66 is okay, but. And then she talks to you about it. And the more you do, you actually can like unlock more. I Actually, I just unlocked a new yoga pose. But you can also increase like on different things that you can do. For example, for strength training, I'm going to show you planks, which they're kind of hard, but I'm going to show them to you. See, right now I can do these planks for 30 seconds, but if you do well on them or do enough of them, you can actually increase it and kind of unlock more. So I could go up to 60 seconds, but I'm just going to show you the 30 seconds. And this is in the strength training section, and it kind of tells you what muscles that you can do. And this is pretty cool because the balance board doesn't just measure what you can do with your feet. It's going to have the balance board can do a lot. So since I already did this, it's pretty neat. You just listen to her. You put your forearms like this, and then it's kind of like a sit-up, or I mean a push-up without the pushing up. You just maintain that position. So you just put your legs back and hold that position. But I need the balance. Put my balance in the middle. My body is like tensing up really bad right now, but that means it's working my core muscles. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're all done.
they're a little tough. My balance was all over the place at first, just trying to get used to it, and then probably didn't do too well point wise. Yep, 0 points because of the beginning. That's the only problem. Is sometimes at that beginning it took just a few split seconds for me to kind of shift my weight to make sure it was in the balance. Well, that works against you. So it takes practice. Overall, I didn't do that bad, but. And she'll tell me to keep training and all this kind of stuff. So I did it last night, and I think I got, let's see how many points I got. 77. So that's, and then it tallies up your minutes. And I actually got a challenge. So this is the biggest, I'll tell you this is the biggest flaw in Wii Fit right here. Is after you're done with an exercise, that little bank comes out and it tells you how many minutes you've done on it and all this kind of stuff, and she talks a little bit. That takes a lot of time out of the game. You could be working on this for an hour and only get about a half an hour, 45 minutes of true exercise because of the buttons you have to hit and everything. I would much rather have them at the very end of the whole thing tell me how many minutes I've had, what I've unlocked. I don't need to be told what I've unlocked. It's pretty cool, but I would much rather have it all at the very end so that I could actually get a workout instead of having to pause and wait in between each workout. But it's okay. And then we'll go to the next section, the third section of aerobics. This is to help you burn fat, supposedly, and get your heart rate going. And you have different things that you can do here. Pretend like you're doing a hula hoop. Just do kind of like a dance basic step. It's kind of like a Dance Revolution, a very basic one, but it's pretty neat. You can run, that's pretty nifty too. That you put your Wii remote in your pocket, or you can hold it in your hand, and you just run in place, and you can kind of run through an area. I mean, it's not advanced, but the scenery is pretty nice. But I'm going to do rhythm boxing. I kind of like this. You throw punches in rhythm, and you actually use your Wii remote and nunchuck just like Wii boxing, and it's pretty nifty. I mean, it's basic, but it takes boxing to the next level because it can read your weight, and I'll show you what I mean. It can actually tell when you're stepping off the Wii balance board. So I'm holding. So this guy tells me what to do, and so I watch his rhythm. So then now I do it. So. And you might think this is pretty basic, and you're right, it really is. But if you do this long enough, say you do this for 10, 15 minutes, and since I'm using the most beginner basic patterns, I haven't unlocked it. Can tell when I'm stepping off and how I'm shifting my weight. I think it's really gonna. I think there's gonna be some pretty neat boxing games coming out in the future that are gonna use the balance board to shift your weight in order to dodge and things like that. And so I think this is a very basic. And now you might say, well, this kind of looks boring and monotonous. It can be, but you do get a workout. Oops. Screwed up the pattern there. Shouldn't talk so much, but and you just keep going over these patterns over and over and over. I don't have to. I can end it now. But that's if you do this, say for 20 minutes though, and you keep repeating those patterns over and over, you're gonna build up a definite sweat. You're definitely gonna get a semi workout out of it, and so it's what I'm showing you here. You might say, well, I don't see how that can get you fit. If you work on it and do it enough and stay dedicated, then I know that it will. The last thing is actually the fun part of Wii Fit. It's the balance games, and these are just different things. And I might show you one or two. Like I'll show you soccer, for example, where I'll just show you. These are supposed to be meant for fun, to increase your balance, but also to have you enjoy what you're doing, to be able to shift your weight, to be able to maintain good posture and things like that. So here's all my little guys, my little me characters that I have on my Wii, which is kind of cool, and a couple extras. And all they do is they kick soccer balls at me and other stuff, and I'm supposed to block them. So shift a little bit to the right to block it, shift a little bit to the left, shift to the left again. Now you might say, well, this is easy. Well, then they start throwing cleats and polar bear heads at you, or whatever those things are, and you have to dodge those. You can't. I just missed it. You can't get hit by those. Now, then they start picking up the pace, and you want to get consecutive hits in a row, because then you get more points. And I'm actually on the highest setting. Ooh, missed one. And it's really, really hard to shift your weight just the right amount to go over and hit the ball. Like, to go from blocking one to the left to the back. Ooh. Yeah, I just got drilled. The cleat. And then they change speeds on you, and the polar bear heads look like soccer balls, and sometimes you don't have enough koala bears. Yeah, see?
They're not koalas. Koalas are nice and cute.
Well, whatever these darn bears are, they're evil. And then they just start coming at you with everything.
Dave.
Now that was the advanced setting. I already conquered the beginner section. And so I went on to the advanced one, which is a lot harder, and I'm an amateur at it. So, but it's fun. And, you shift your weight. And here's, it tells you your rankings of all the points, which that was the second best I've ever done. So, on that setting, on that advanced. Now, I'm sure if I did that enough, I think it probably will unlock like an expert level that I can do. But since I just got it, now they're telling me to take a break. No. So there's all these different games. Skiing is pretty sweet, because I think I'm going to show you this one because a lot of people are interested in the skiing aspect. A game came out called Wii Ski that actually uses the balance board. So this is the basic version. Wii Ski as a game takes it to another level, but just shift your weight. I'm not too good at skiing yet, and you have to put the weight at the front. As you can tell in that top right hand corner, you have to put it in the blue in order to go faster, and you have to slalom in between these. But just the slightest shift of your weight, can make you miss, just like that one. And then you try to overcorrect yourself, and see, it's kind of tough. I'm sure. Ooh, oh, I got it now. And I reached my goal. And that was, quick and easy.
That's what she said.
Yes, that is. But I missed 3, so I got penalties, and I'm unbalanced. And that's what that's just what these games are supposed to do. They're supposed to be more fun, but at the same time, you're constantly shifting your weight left to right. Your legs are going to get a workout. You're going to build up a sweat, or build your heart rate up. Sweat. It's going to be a workout. There's going to be one more that I'm going to show you. They also have this thing called table tilt, but it's like Marble Madness, if anybody remembers that game. But in fact, you shift your weight on your feet to move the level to try to get your ball into the goal. So that's pretty sweet. I think there are going to be games that are going to be coming out that use the balance board to do that. There's all sorts of stuff. I just unlocked snowboard slalom last night, so you turn the balance board like a snowboard. But the ski jump is one of my favorites. Just like you see on the Olympics. Plus, I'm pretty good at it, so that's why I want to end the review with this one. Hopefully, I don't oof it up real quick. But you start and you get down as though you were skiing, on a ski jump. You get down in that posture, and you need to keep that little red thing and that little blue. Oh, it's going to be a horrible jump. Okay. Normally I get about 170, so I definitely oafed it up on that one. So I'm gonna try again. You get 2 jumps. See if I can redeem myself on this one. So you have to get down and keep that little red ball and the blue ball to get the. And then maintain your posture. Did not do too good on that one either. So, yeah, I just can't talk when I do it, I guess. But for proof that I can do it, it'll tell me my score when it's done. And add them together. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this takes time to read, and then it tells you your place. Came in 10th. But let's see where I was last night. Last night I had my best at 343 combined. So I did pretty good. I just... And then it adds the minutes, so it just takes a little bit more time. And then you hit quit, and then you pick your next exercise. What I wish that they had, and see, what they do, this is kind of neat. They put a favorites group here, and actually list the top 10 activities that I do the most, so that I can have a quick access to them. But what I wish they would do is I wish they would just have a random training button that, and I think this is one of the kind of flaws of the game, where you just click that button and it builds a workout for you, and then you do that workout. And there's no time in between, to maybe catch your breath, but there's no like clicking quits and times and all your stats and stuff. That's what I wish that it would have done. I wish that it would have this random, and then I wish that it would just wait at the very end to tell you everything. Other than that, though, from what I've done, and I've spent, as it just said, 2 hours and 20 minutes doing actual exercises. It only measures the time you're doing the actual exercise. Whether or not it's worth your money. If you're trying to get fit and you don't like going to the gym, you don't like running by yourself, you don't like just lifting weights, I think this is a great alternative for you to get into shape. It definitely will. These yoga poses, I've already been able to tell have made me more flexible. The strength training will, you do those planks long enough, you're gonna really tone your body down and build up some muscle. And it actually has a push-up, strength training. So you can do push-ups and things like that. All this stuff, though, you can do without a game and without the Wii balance board. You can do on your own. But this helps you make sure you're doing it correctly and you're doing it right, and it brings more of a fun element to it. And I think that's the audience that they're going for, is those that don't want to just go out by themselves and do all this kind of stuff. This is fun. It keeps your stats. It keeps track of how you do, and I think it's a great alternative. Whether or not you could get all this done, though, just going to the gym, you could. So for those diehard, people who work out every day at the gym or go running or anything like that, I don't think this is necessarily necessary for them. I think that what you're doing, you're not going to get a bodybuilder build by playing Wii Fit. You will work up a sweat. You will lose weight over time. You will become toned and probably stronger in your legs and your upper body. But to be really strong, go to the gym and lift weights, work out, things like that. So that's what I feel about it. I think I will continue it because and it's true. When you're done with this, you're sore, and the very next day you're sore. Your legs hurt or whatever. And so I'm going to keep it up, and I'm going to make sure I unlock everything. And then I'm going to probably find about 1 or 2 yoga poses that I love, and probably 1 or 2 strength trainings that I really enjoy, and maybe 1 aerobics and 1 balance game. And I'm probably just going to work on those every day. What I think that I could use the most on my body. But as for just experience in the whole game, yeah, if you've got the money, go out and buy it. Otherwise, just hit up the gym or go running or something. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about it, hit Bishop up on Xfire, or you can message me or leave a comment. I hope this helped. Whether or not you want to dish out the 90 bones in order to buy it or not, but I did, and I have no regrets. I think I'm going to enjoy it for a long time. So plus, the balance board has unlimited opportunities for the future. You're talking about ski games, skateboarding games. There's probably going to be Dance Dance Revolutions, things like that. Something like the Marble Madness that I was showing, boxing. I really think that Nintendo, if they utilize this balance board and how amazing that it is, then it will be a very valuable asset. And right now, you can only get the balance board with Wii Fit. So yeah, I would go out and buy for that alone. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys later.